I've been having a lot of conversations over the last week or two with people about professional success, career success, job success. The kinds of questions I get vary, but lately it's all been people talking about opportunities at work and that sort of thing. And as I've been talking about this, one of the things that has come up in conversation a couple of times is how important it is that we as individuals know our value and know our worth, and we find a way to voice that value and advocate for ourselves instead of just waiting for people to see greatness in us and pay us accordingly. And one of the things I've been talking about with a few clients I have, and then potentially some people I hope to work with in the future, is just how important it is to understand the amount of money that's out there for really great top talent. And I was thinking back to something that affected me when I was my first year out of college working at a bank just outside of DC, and I wanted to share that with you all today. At the time, back in 2004, I was given a job offer of $40,000 a year, and I didn't even know, by the way, to negotiate my salary. I didn't even think to do that or to really evaluate, is this fair, is this competitive, is this the right amount of money? I just got the offer letter in the mail and signed it, and I was excited to work for this organization. And my roommates all were given back in 2004 job offers of $50,000 or $60,000 a year and up, and they were engineers or accountants or had different kinds of degrees, but they also knew to negotiate their job offers, and I didn't even think to do that. But that was okay. I ended up loving the job that I took and stayed there for years. And then that, of course, became the foundation for my career in financial services. But one of the most important things that happened to me during that first year of work when I was making $40,000 a year, $19.23 an hour, $769 a week. I was living in Baltimore at the time. It wasn't a ton of money for the lifestyle I was looking to lead. Was that I was taking a lot of home equity applications from people who were in their 40s or 50s, and they lived just outside of DC or in DC. They were in very nice communities in Southern Maryland, Northern Virginia, or DC, and their homes were all worth over $1 million, and they were applying for home equities. And the bank I was working at never did any kind of liar loans or no doc loans, subprime lending. Everything was stipped, and I took tax returns for all of the applications, and I took a lot of applications that first year. And as I was working at this bank and took these applications, I would put the tax returns down on the printer or the fax machine to send them off, and I was typing in all the codes of where to send them into the lending department, and I would see over and over and over and over again the top line on the 1040, and these numbers for some people over $1 million of income each year. Several clients, that wasn't as common, but it happened. Several clients had incomes of $700,000, $800,000 a year, and tons of people were making $300,000, $400,000, either individually or as a joint household, a spousal team, a husband and wife together. And so there I was making $40K. It had felt okay at the time, but as I was exposed that whole first year, I was 21 and 22 years old, just out of college, to what real money looked like. As something shifted in my mind. Instead of thinking, ooh, I'm going to get a pay increase, and that's going to be 10%, and that would be huge, and that would bring me to 44, I began to recognize, what I'm really wanting to do in my life is not just make 44 or get a few percent increase or get to 50. I'm wanting to get to that 500. I'm wanting to make $500,000 in income. I'm wanting to, be one of these people that can submit a tax return to just a 22-year-old girl at the bank to, do a home equity on my house and take out some money and be able to prove income of $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $700,000. And what I realized had happened is, even though I was young and I was making a small amount of money, I had set my sights very high because I had surrounded myself by people that were doing very well, and I began to recognize, the bar is greater than I realized. The lesson here, in addition to fight for your worth and your value, and to recognize that there is money out there to be paid if you're talented, and if you're not happy with your compensation, it's worth a conversation about that, especially if you feel like you've got a lot of experience and you've been working really hard and you've done specific actionable things to drive the business forward. Say that. It's important to talk about that. But I think what's also important is that you surround yourself with people that you look up to, that will pull you up, that are what you are trying to become. So many of us have these dreams of, I want to have this kind of house or this kind of car or make this kind of money or take these kinds of vacations. But we surround ourselves only with people that don't have those things or people that are just like us. While these people that I was meeting as a first year out of college were not necessarily my age or my friends, they were just my clients. I was meeting them through this company I was interacting with. I spent time with them. I got to talk with them a lot, call them back, return their phone calls. I learned that follow through was very important to them. I learned that a lot of them did what they said and kept their commitments. And if they said they were going to be somewhere at a time to sign papers or submit something, they did that. And the ones that did that best had the best income and the best credit scores. And it was a really important experience for me. It taught me a lot about what it means to be a true professional. But had I not spent time around them and seen that kind of income and that kind of success, I don't know if I would have ever pursued my worth, my income, my job opportunities, my career as aggressively, because I wouldn't have known what was possible. Set the bar high for yourself. Surround yourself with people that pull you up. They don't just keep you flat or level, and they don't pull you down. It might be that you have to join a networking group. It might mean that you have to join an alumni club from whatever school you went to. Maybe you don't have something like that. Maybe it's about reaching out to someone at church or just joining an extracurricular club. Maybe it's a soccer league, maybe it's a run club, but to get yourself in front of people that have done what you want to do. And once you see what's possible and you spend time with them, you can raise the bar on your expectations, because one thing I've noticed recently, or I see a lot, is people don't have high enough expectations, and it's really because in some cases they just haven't exposed themselves to what's possible or out there. So I wanted to share that with you all today. I hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday, and I look forward to seeing you soon.